Hello, everybody. I know this is a little bit different. I am not Rob, and neither is this.
I am not Rob.
I'm Tex. This is Greg Ogles, and we're here at Greg's lovely house in Alabama. And he had me over for the night. And now the barn was real comfortable, folks. I'm not going to lie. He's got a couple of dogs, so I was not cold. They snuggled up to me just fine. They don't like to share out of their bowl. I don't get that, but hey, whatever. He cooked me and the dogs a good dinner last night.
They love the gumbo.
Honestly, he did have me over to stay last night because we're up here and getting ready for the conference, and we cannot. You know what? I'm going to bring Chad up on my phone so I can see what's going on and see how much fun people are making those.
Okay.
But Rob is on a plane headed this way. So we said, we will do your show for you and make a mockery of him when he's gone.
That's right.
Yes.
So Beamer's on the plane, and he is headed to Alabama. So he's been here before, so it's not going to be all that much of a culture shock.
Right.
But a lot of people, when they come from a different land and they come here, you're in culture shock because the South is pretty much different from the rest of the country.
It is. Now we've got some exciting stuff going on today before the conference. We're having lunch. We're having he's fixing ribs. He fixed gumbo last night, folks. My compliments to the chef, by the way. It's really good.
Thank
you. He's fixing ribs, mashed potatoes, and green beans.
That's right.
And I'm looking forward to it. Me and him have kind of a friendly competition. But I have to test his ribs. I was watching him in the kitchen as he prepped everything, and I was hoping I'd catch him on something, but I didn't. I'm really surprised because that's a mistake a lot of people make.
Yes, it is.
And we're having the filming crew coming over today. They'll be here after the show. They're going to come in with Sidekicks Paranormal. And then we're going to head out to Parts Unknown. Let's put it that way. Parts Unknown to do some filming for their TV show, which I'm really excited about. And Anita Collier is running her. She's running around out of Anniston and other places. Yeah.
Trying to promote the conference, get the word out.
Get last minute stuff going on and take care of that. We are going to be, you and Anita tomorrow morning, Friday morning, are going to be on the morning news.
Yep. WBRC.
WBRC.
It's Fox 6 in Birmingham. We're going to be on a morning show promoting the Alabama Bigfoot Conference. And the television time will be approximately 8:30 a.m.
I will be, and I don't know how y'all did this to me. I will be.
We're sneaky like that.
I know, right? I will be solo on a show called Talk of Alabama. I'm sure you know of it. It's kind of like Talk of Texas, and I'm not saying y'all are all from Texas, but it's a morning talk show. So they're having me on, and we're going to talk about the conference and everything. I did send y'all saw the video I posted last night of the house and handprints. They will be showing them for the first time on national TV. I mean,
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm pretty excited about that. And of course, I will be promoting your upcoming film that you're going to debut at the conference.
We are. We're not going to debut the film, but we will debut the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer.
We will debut the trailer. The trailer will. It is ready. It is absolutely fantastic. I love the trailer.
I was so impressed with this, folks. It's better quality than a lot of these high budget things that I've seen. I mean, it really is. You did fantastic. You and Brent did fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah. I couldn't do that without Brent for sure. But it's certainly a team effort. I'm extremely proud of it. We actually got the first 2 minutes of the film done.
Yeah.
We've got like 88 minutes left to go, but at least the first 2 minutes down the drain, and it starts out with a bang. I can tell you that.
It does.
The first 2 minutes starts out with a bang. I'm proud of it, and I think that I cannot wait for this to come out. Cannot wait.
Well, and the thing about it is, now y'all bear with me because y'all are going to hear us on ads.
That means you're growing up in the world.
Does it?
That
Or
means,
we're just being used?
probably just being used.
Okay, I have us muted, and I can now see chat. So let me.
Yeah. We are in my humble abode down into the man cave of my house, and behind me we have some of our handiwork when putting this house together. And I really love what we've done down here, like in the house. Down here.
It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. But we worked hard for it, and we really did a lot, at least half of it the old-fashioned way. We did it ourselves.
Right.
So we've got a lot of sweat equity in the house.
Yes. Yes. But like I was saying, we're going to be treated to lunch, and then we're going to load up and go to Parts Unknown and film part of Sidekick's TV show.
That's right.
So, and those are Sidekicks. If you don't know, folks, these folks, I met them at the conference in San Antonio, and they saw what we were doing. They saw about the conference because we were promoting the conference, and they stepped up and are sponsoring the conference in part.
Mm-hmm. And we really appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, because putting on a conference, surprisingly, it's not cheap.
It is not. It is
surprisingly not cheap. But Anita Collier is, of course, the creator and host of the Alabama Bigfoot Conference, and this is her third year. Mm-hmm. And I've been involved all 3 years. I was a speaker, and the whole group this year. I mean, even including you, we've been helping out, with her because she did the last two by herself.
She did.
I don't know how the hell she did.
Well, it's taxing and straining on you.
It is.
I know when we do films, and if we had some sort of deadline, it would be so stressful for us that it wouldn't be fun at all.
Right.
Not at all. It's just two people making a film. So I can imagine one person doing a conference. I mean, I don't know how she's still got hair, man.
I don't either. And she also pulled it off with almost. She basically blew her knee out last year. She was, and had some other stuff going, and she still pulled it off.
She sure did, and had some great guests.
Yeah.
I mean, great speakers. Aside from present company, but she still had some great guests. And it was fantastic. I don't know how in the world she pulled that off.
Yeah, because last year she had Adam Davies, she had Lyle Blackburn, Ken, and
Ken Gerhardt.
Yeah,
and
Trey Hudson,
and Cliff Brackman.
No, that was the first year.
Was that the first? No, that was last year.
No, it was the first year.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's
first year.
It's okay. You're allowed a minute, Steve.
I
am. But I'm keeping count. So.
Okay, good deal.
I also got to meet your lovely family. Not family. Family. And I got to tell you, folks, it's like I could move here. I could move in here and not miss it.
Well, there's this other thing called Southern hospitality.
There is.
And it's not, it hasn't evaporated with our family.
No, it has not. It has not. It was very welcoming. Even the dogs welcomed me. And I made friends with them really quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a neighboring dog that...
I made friends with him too.
Yeah, and there's certain people that one does not like. You know.
It's a coonhound, by the way.
It is. And
he treated me last night.
Yeah. But when he doesn't like somebody, you know it.
Yeah.
You know it. If he does like you, sometimes you'd rather him not like you because he's just...
Well, see, I smell the same as they do.
Yeah. So, so they're used to it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But the conference, of course, tomorrow night, we have the meet and eat, which, it's what we lovingly call it, at the Western Sizzling. See, Rob's not here, so I can get it right. Mm-hmm. Western Sizzling in Anniston, Oxford.
Conference is in Anniston.
Yeah, conference is in Anniston. And then now, folks, you got to remember this. We only had so many seats in the room, but the thing about it is you can still come. Mm-hmm. You just can't eat in the same room, but when you finish your meal, we can all gather and fellowship, as it were.
That's right.
And so we're not going to turn you away. Either it's a restaurant, it's home style buffet, good food. I wish I could eat as much as I used to.
Mm-hmm. I still can. And it shows.
Well, yeah.
No.
Comes with the territory.
That does.
So, and I think this is one of the very few, very, very few shows that I've actually done talk show like. Mm-hmm. With, me and you sitting, or, me and another person sitting here. It's different.
It is.
It's different than, you wouldn't think it would be that different from everybody being on cam and everybody talk, but it is.
It's extremely different.
It's, and it's like practice for me for Friday.
Mm-hmm. I almost feel like a newscaster right here sitting.
I know. Whoa,
that's right. All I need is a teleprompter right up there telling me what to say.
If we could see chat from here, they would probably be telling us, shut up. We got Donnie Cho heading in. We got Pops Gary Spike Sr. heading in. We've got, of course, Blondes and Booze. Krista is with us in chat.
Shelly is in. Hello, Shelly. I haven't talked to you in some time.
Yeah. Wow. Hello. Yeah, so we got Be Kind is headed in. War Criminals headed in.
Hi, Moons. Hi, Wars.
Jonestead Farm is headed in. Man, there's a lot of people that I'm seeing that are going to be here tomorrow.
Hi.
I can't wait to meet all these folks.
Oh, right.
Face to face. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I hope they don't come at me with a knife. Because, I never really called
anybody. Oh, my gosh, they're leaving at 3 a.m.
Bless your hearts, Pops. I'm
sorry. You know what? Nicholas was supposed to come up with me.
What is Johnny? Hey, Donnie says a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, Donnie says a lot.
Donnie says shit.
Yeah.
Donnie talks shit. That's what he is.
Donnie talks shit.
Yeah, Donnie, I need to get a hold of you after the show, so give me a call.
You should be scared.
Right? I was actually going to say something I thought was really important at the time, but I've had a bad case of shiny squirrel syndrome.
It was. Yeah, I mean, you were talking earlier at breakfast, and you had a really, really good point that you was going to make, and then a shiny squirrel just happened to run across the bar, and you're like, whoa!
Yeah, it was gone.
That idea was gone.
I think that actually happened 2 or 3 times. Mm-hmm. We were on the podcast, Sidekicks podcast last night, doing the same situation here, and it was a fun show. It was a fun show. We had a good time.
Yeah, it was a fun show.
Yeah, we get to introduce all of them today to what it's like to be in the woods at 90-something degrees.
In the South.
Yeah, y'all have fun.
Yeah, well,
I got to head to Ennis.
Yeah, well, me too, maybe. Not gonna.
There you go. Have fun.
Yeah, I've got a place to put my head here. I'm not going to sleep with all the ticks and the chiggers. They're going to get a surprise in the morning.
Oh my gosh!
They're like, oh my god, what is this?
But part of them are coming. Part of them are coming in an
RV.
Yeah, I almost said them in a Winnebago because that's what it's called.
They're going to actually park in the front yard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's going to be a party here.
That's what you want to call it, yeah. We were up till midnight last night.
We were,
which I'm surprised I lasted that long.
I am too, especially. Look at here. My dog has figured out how to open the door.
That is awesome.
She just hasn't figured out how to close the door.
She's so beautiful.
She is. I love Tia. Lay down.
She's a Brennel.
Bull Mastiff.
Yeah, Bull Mastiff.
Good girl.
Which Mastiffs are one of my favorite brands.
They are. She's a big dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want a French Mastiff.
I don't know what that is.
A big dog. Those are the big Mastiffs.
Oh, okay.
But
you're not supposed to be in here.
Somebody else joined?
Somebody else did.
Oh, goodness.
It's the neighbor's dog.
Yeah. The coonhound that treed me. You found me again.
Let me get this.
All right. He said, well, she came in. The door was open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come on, Doc.
Okay, here we go.
Come on, Doc.
So do y'all have any questions about the conference or anything that we can answer real quick?
Or any topics?
Any topics at all. We really didn't have a game plan. But you were telling me last night when you got to talking about the activity that you've had around the house.
Yes.
Now, this was a little while ago, but it's still, because I was driving in, and folks, I'm driving in, and I'm like, good God, he lives out in the sticks, which you do. And I'm like, why are we driving an hour? Because I'm thinking to myself, this is squatchy as hell.
It is. It's a squatchy area. We live out in rural Alabama.
Yes.
Several years ago, when I first started Bigfooting, real late one night, there was a howl behind my parents' house. They live a couple of houses down from where I live now. And it was so loud and so strange. My dad, got his gun, went out on his balcony and started trying to find what was going on. But it howled a total of 3 or 4 times as it was sort of moving away. But they had a pear tree that was right at the edge of their property. Yeah. There was probably one.
Well, that's all it's supposed to be.
Yeah, there was probably at least one. So, but anyway, we sort of surmised that something was coming by and eating the pears, and while it was just going through, had a couple of other reports of people actually seeing them in an area real close to here.
Anita wants to know if she can get in the conference with you.
No.
Last time we were talking, I think we're charging her.
Yeah. We're putting on such a good conference last year.
Yeah. So anyway, go back to what you were talking about.
Yeah. So there was a couple of other reports here in our area. However, they were reports of white Bigfoot or white to gray Bigfoot. Hence the legend of the Alabama White Fang.
The Alabama what?
White Fang.
White Fang.
Thang. Fang.
Oh,
White
Fang.
Fang.
Like, hey, Fang.
That's right.
You my Fang.
That White Thang.
My boo Fang.
That White Thang. Yeah. The Alabama White Thang. we talk a little differently here. But I live in an area that's got a little bit of activity in it. And not too far from here, we actually done some of our filming for The Legend of the Downy Booger. That's what actually got us started in the filming business. So we've had fantastic luck there in the Bankhead National Forest. And, we came across footprints, we came across handprints. I saw red glowing things in the woods there, and there weren't tail lights on the car. And there weren't lightning bugs because it was the middle of winter. We had stuff tossed at us, not directly at us, but stuff tossed in our general direction, I would say. Found a big bird's nest looking thing that it was on its side, but it was gigantic, and we, at the time, I didn't know what it was. It just kind of jokingly kind of got in it, and I'm like, dang, a big old burly man could get in here and hide, and it was right beside a deer trail going through the woods. And that's why we kind of thought later, it was a hunting blind, because right out from that deer trail, we found another trackway of footprints.
Yeah, well, very good. That, and it's amazing when you find those hunting blinds, and they're really no different than. I mean, some of them tend to be a lot more intricate, like the one you found. But I ran across things that looked like I had drug up and made a makeshift hunting blind, in the woods and stuff. And I mean, I was talking to y'all last night about deer hunting. I was hunting out of a ram blind. I just pulled a couple of trees, dead trees up, and made myself a hunting blind. I see a lot of it. But that being said, I write most of it off.
Yeah, I do too, not necessarily because I discredit it. It's because investigating tree structures and just weird tree anomalies takes so long that the effort reward is minimal from it, and it's only guesswork. Right. The best thing you can do from investigating a tree structure is debunk it. Say, this is natural fall or whatever. Which most of it is. Most of it is. However, when you don't find enough evidence to debunk it from natural fall, then you can only guess as to what made it. Unless you saw something make it. So so just because it takes so much time to investigate, tree structures, we just don't do it anymore. But it's not like I discount them, because I don't. Right. Because there are certainly good indicators that something could be around.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
However, just for film purposes, it just takes so long to do it.
Well,
and to do it properly.
Well, the only ones that I've got to where I pay more attention to the really, really small ones. And you can't even really, I don't even know what you call them. You can't call them, I don't think I see them as tree structures, because they're not really a structure. But I've seen obvious, and I saw one in Mineola. We were out in the state park up there. They had a get together up there. And I, true to form, took off by myself in the middle of the night and literally ran into it. I went off trail, because you ain't gonna find shit on trail. Right. If you're looking for something. And so I went off trail and literally basically clotheslined myself with this damn thing. But what it was two saplings that had been brought over and then weaved into each other. And I looked at this thing really, really close, because is it possible that these two trees got just tangled up and then grew into each other? Absolutely. Absolutely. But what I got to looking at was if they had grown onto each other, because they'll leave marks on each other. And they hadn't. And they had physically been bent over and weaved in with each other. Yeah, and those, I get more excited about those because I think it's kids. I think it's Bigfoot kiddos.
And they very well could be.
What else? I
don't know.
poke holes in the dirt.
They don't have CNN or
Well, I mean,
Disney Channel.
we're their entertainment. I think we're their Disney.
Yeah, we are. I think that's really why they throw rocks and stuff like that at you. They're just playing. If they wanted to hit you, I think they would hit you. Yeah. But that's not to say that we didn't run across some very good tree structures, because yes, we did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Especially during the making of the Downy Booger, we ran across some nice tree structures, and even in the film, we're filming one of the tree structures, and we hear tree knocks while we're there.
Right.
Just bam, 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 real fast, And I'm actually startled on film. Hey, Brett says, "Hey, did you hear that?" Oh, yeah, knocks. So I'm not trying to discount tree structures, because yes, they are very intriguing. And like you said, the one that I was investigating, they were like woven around, but particularly the trees or the branches or whatever that made up the structure was not from that immediate area.
And that's one thing I was going to say is if you can identify, and you were talking about how much time it takes to investigate them properly, and it does.
Right. It does.
Because that is one of the things that you have to figure out. And that's when you can get really excited about them, is when you start finding that the trees are not from that area, especially the big ones. If they've been carried or drug in from, obviously they're not broken off from anywhere around and just fallen over. You know what I'm saying? They were moved there for a purpose.
Right.
That type of thing. And yeah, I'm with you. I mean, that is, I think one of the most exciting things that I've ever found was actually a tree twist. I don't get really excited about tree breaks because twist, man. This tree, it was a live oak tree. And it was, I couldn't get both hands around it. It was about that big. And it was twisted until it exploded.
Oh, wow.
About 3 feet off the ground. And it looked like, you remember being back in elementary school where you made those lanterns. I've said this a couple of times. You made lanterns out of construction paper,
Chatty sign.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Wow.
But it was like something had just walked up and just, and it was still, the tree was still bleeding. That's how fresh this break was.
Nice.
And we looked, it was down in the bottoms. I mean, we looked and tried to, looking for tool marks, vehicle marks, anything. We couldn't find anything. And I'm thinking, well, okay, could it have been the wind? Okay, but it would have had to at least been a dust devil. And a lot of people don't understand a dust devil is a level 0 tornado. Okay. They can do extensive damage.
They can.
And I'm thinking, okay, well, you have to look at all the possibilities. You have to be one more skeptic. And I'm thinking, well, okay, it could have been this. Okay. And I start looking around, and there's dead saplings about this big around, scattered all around this tree. And I'm thinking, okay, I've got a live oak tree that was twisted until it exploded, and then I've got all these dead saplings standing. I don't see that happening.
Right.
So that was very exciting. Very exciting.
But how long did it take you to investigate that?
Well, I mean, you're in the area for a good hour at least. So.
At least.
Yeah.
If not less. At least.
Yeah.
But, in times of filming, that's an eternity.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's something that, because we're weekend warrior filmers, and we only film between October and say March. After that, we don't film anymore. We used to try to do that, but we can't do that anymore. It's just simply too hot, too many bugs. It's just way too many environmental issues, that we just don't film anymore. And we can't film every weekend, because we got jobs, we got families.
Exactly. You have a life.
Yeah, we have lives other than that.
Well, it's not like that's paying your business.
That's right.
I mean, that's
nobody doing this is going to get rich. I'm just telling you.
No,
You are not.
Even the big, 99.9% of the big names are not rich folks. They're not.
They're not.
They have 9-to-5ers. They have, they have to pay the bills with other means.
They do.
You do have the exception to the rule, but I think those people, I think I don't even think Matt Moneymaker is been made rich off of this.
I don't think you. I know for a fact, Clough.
No. I know now the Biscardis, but they had money to
begin with.
Yeah. So you really can't. So I don't guess anybody is really.
No, you're not going to get rich off of it. Those people who go out and, they write books, they do the research, they bring a lot of this material to you. It's not cheap doing that. It's not free, definitely. So you're constantly having to update your equipment and, invest in your time and things like that. So it is expensive.
Right.
And if you enjoy the content, it's, if you like to keep this content coming and actually like to have it better,
right?
It's only fair to ask for some sort of compensation in doing books or buying movies or whatever else, But even having said that, the content maker does not get rich by any means.
We Bigfoot Michigan Rob sent us a super chat.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Super chat is open. He didn't say good job, thank you, kiss my ass. No. Send a super chat to his own channel telling everybody that super chats are open.
How about that? I can put that in.
Always the businessman.
That's right. Well, I can put that in my G stream.
That is true. Mm-hmm. That is true. It's a very cute chicken, by the way. So
yeah, it is.
This new film. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I can.
Without giving it everything. You said it starts off with a bang. I have seen the trailer.
You have?
I have seen the trailer. And yes, it does start off with a bang.
It does. This new film,
which is called?
It's called Cryptic Expeditions.
There you go.
The Land Between the Lakes.
Yes.
All right. It starts off with our team going back to where we initiated our filming.
Thank you, Shelley. You rock. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley. So we go back there, and sure enough, we start having some of the same type of activity again, encounters. And, I pick up my thermal. We have it starts out with, we had a rock thrown at us.
Right.
And, of course, that's always, and this was a rather larger one, and it's startling. It was startling to me. So I pick up my thermal, and I'm looking through my thermal, and I see something that's colder than what I expected it to be. I'm like, confused.
Yeah, you were telling me that. That's odd.
Yeah, and it's cold.
Look at this. Thank you, Ginger.
Thank you.
The new pirate.
Ginger, thank you.
Josh Casto, thank you for...
Appreciate it, Josh.
Super chat.
Appreciate it, Josh.
We're pimping you out well.
No, thank you. So I pick up my full spectrum camera, and I look through the full spectrum camera over there, and it's still there, and I can see the eyes.
Right.
I can see eyes. And I pull it down, and I pull it back up. And when I pull it down, I can't see it. Pull it back up, I can see it. So I'm sitting here looking at this thing, and it stays there for like 30, 40 minutes. And finally, I have it on film just kind of moving off and going away. But where you can see this head, where a head really should be, it seems as if I could almost see through the head, which are strange to me. Very, very, very strange.
What's going on here?
I don't know.
What are you doing, Rob?
Hey, I'm playing around with Krista's computer.
Oh, he's at Krista's house already.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rob, how you doing?
Good. How you doing? I can barely see, but I can see a little bit better now. A little bit. Well, a little bit better. I just want to see what you guys were doing. I just landed from Detroit to St. Louis, so I just want to check in on you guys. Doing a fantastic job.
He is checking.
Thank you. Yeah, he is checking.
Don't let him check.
Yeah, he's like, hey, what the hell
You
you
don't
guys doing
trust
on
us.
my phone? No.
Well,
I trust.
Yeah, we could be stripping out here.
We could. Well, Jason's a stripper.
Yeah.
You're Dogman.
I am Dogman Eye Candy, and I have a favorite shirt to prove it.
So he went and picked this up last night, folks. He had a special shirt made for the conference. Dogman Eye Candy shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, those are one of a kind, but I got a feeling you're going to get requests.
$20.
$20 will make you holler.
They're not free.
So, Robbie.
Yeah.
What'd you do with Krista? Did you leave her at the airport?
She's over here across the waves from me. She's on the phone.
Watching chat.
She's watching the chat. I'm trying to type on chat, but I really can't see. So all the things I forgot to pack was my correct eyewear.
Oh no!
But don't worry, I'll be fine by the time Alabama rolls around. I can see, I just can't read computer screens too well.
And you don't like my girly glasses.
And she gave me some girly glasses, but yeah, and it don't help anyway.
Oh, I think you look absolutely gorgeous.
Well, thank you, Tex. I can see you guys look pretty nice. It looks like you got a nice floral shirt on, perhaps.
Yeah, a Sasquatch shirt on.
It is a Bigfoot Hawaiian shirt.
That looks pretty cool. I like it. Thanks to everybody that gave a super chat and become BMR Pirates. I can't read you. I appreciate it. Arr.
And don't forget, folks, if you join Blondes and Booze, Bigfoot Michigan Rob, and the Texas Front Porch channels, you become a paranormal porch pirate.
That's right. You instantly transform.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you, Josh.
That's a great. I can't steal that one. Tex came up with that tagline all by himself. Paranormal Porch Pirates.
Well, even a blind squirrel finds you out every once in a while. Or a broken clock's right twice a day. So, hey.
Less is digital.
So, Greg, thanks for helping out Tex over there. I see nothing but the top of his head for most of the show. Probably.
Well, I'm having to read chat on my phone.
Yeah, I know. So I've got the same problem. But that's
and if I take my head off, it'll blind everybody because I just had it polished.
Yeah, we left turtle wax up in the shower.
Look at mine. Mine's no one's seen me, I don't think, like this before. See that? That's one time only.
Yeah. I went and got shaved and purdied up for everybody. And
yeah.
I even recently had my ears lowered today, and you didn't even notice. I'm offended.
His ears lowered.
Sorry.
Lowered, yeah.
Okay, Greg.
Hey, so Tex, did you drive all the way from Texas to Alabama? Or
I did, and it was a pretty eventful trip. I wasn't sure how the trip was going to go. The first time I had to stop and get, gas, I walked into the store because, you stop and get gas, you stop and pee, So I walk in the store, I go back and I open the bathroom door, and there's a man sitting on the toilet.
Uh-oh.
It's a one-holder.
Oh. Them doors are locked.
The door.
Yeah, them doors are locked.
That was an awkward moment between me and him after he got out and I was standing.
It was.
But and then I went and stayed. I stopped in Arcadia, Louisiana. I split the trip up because I actually left Tuesday night because Nick had to cancel. He's got a staph infection, folks. So don't, hold him in your prayers and everything. But
So
he,
okay, he was supposed to drive down with.
so he had to cancel on me. So I had to make the trip by myself. So I split the trip up. And
how long
man,
is it?
yesterday, gosh, oh, it was a long ass trip.
Yeah, but
I didn't quite split it in two.
Yeah.
Next time I will, because
You should fly next time.
you
Tough. You should fly next time.
I'm gonna bring my other guest on. I'm gonna go do something really quick. You want to pop over? I gotta bring my travel partner on.
There you go.
So it's like I gotta go stretch my legs just for a second. Because man, that whole hour and a half in that plane really sucked. Then it took me 20 minutes to walk out of the airport. I never knew the St. Louis airport was 40 miles long. Only one exit. It's terrible.
Wonder if he's going to stretch his legs in a 90 degree.
Guys,
Probably.
how are you?
Hey,
Krista.
Hey, hey.
man, I'm glad you got rid of Rob. You're so much easier to look at.
I know, right? She looks moist.
Yeah, okay, Greg. Here we go again. The word of the weekend is moist. Everybody remember that.
Yes.
Moist.
I think we did that for t-shirts the other night, didn't we?
I think we did.
That's funny.
Oh, man. So what y'all's game plan? What y'all's travel plans?
We're leaving at 4 a.m.
What is up with these people leaving 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning? Golly. Oh, oof.
Yeah. Leaving at
That's
4
before the
a.m.
sun comes up in some places.
I know, right?
Mhm.
However, we're only leaving that time because my husband's coming and he has a bad knee, and sitting takes it kills him. So I have allowed him 8 15-minute stops, and we can be there by 3.
I feel his pain. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
That 12-hour drive, like to kill.
So so that's it. That's why we're leaving a little early.
Yeah, because you see, we got you and Pops and CJ and CD Squatcher and
Up here.
Donnie
Up
Cho coming in. We've got Brandy's coming in tomorrow.
Yep.
So,
I think
is
everybody
she leaving tomorrow or is she leaving tonight?
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Brandy be leaving tomorrow, and then I talked to Bart and Letitia. They're leaving their house at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So actually,
we'll have Martin, Gerald,
now.
I think Jason and Ryan Edwards are leaving. I think they're leaving tomorrow. Or they
I like Ryan. I think he's going to be a
Ryan.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ryan Edwards.
you like him a lot, don't you? Don't you?
Yeah.
I like Ryan. He's an up and coming.
That's what I said, Ryan.
You said wrong.
I said Ryan.
You said wrong.
People in the chat decided to say Ryan or it's Ron.
It was Ron, wasn't it, guys?
Ryan. I know Ryan Edwards. He's going to be a good hit one day.
He is. I mean, the guy's already. He's 23, right?
Right in his books. Yeah. He's going to be a good star one day. I like Ryan. Yep. He's good, and he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. So
See, me and Brandy are special. We're the only ones that have solo rooms now because everybody bailed on us. Nobody wants to live.
Mm-hmm.
You and Brandy have what?
Me and Brandy. No, you do.
Can I bunk with you?
You can't. You probably would.
Just remember, moist.
It's moist.
I stay moist.
My hair is moist.
That explains the fungus.
Yes.
That's funny.
I can eat mushrooms at any time.
Yeah. So my goal is to be pulling in there about 3 o'clock tomorrow by 3.
Oh, okay.
To the hotel.
All right, nice. Yeah, right about check-in time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think that was Brandy's plan too, as well as Bart and Letitia's. I know Martin Groves is actually on his way there now.
Oh, is it?
Yay, Martin. Be careful driving, Martin.
Yep. That's coming from Bart and Letitia. I guess they talked to Sheila either yesterday or this morning or something, but yeah, he left early.
And where are they coming from?
Bart and Letitia will come from Kentucky. Martin Groves, actually, he's in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, it's not too bad of a drive.
no.
I'll tell you, Martin's wife is, she's a very good host as well as Krista. Because we couldn't have done that film without what all they had done for us. You know, we couldn't.
And they are in the film.
They are.
They are in the film.
Yep. Well, thank you, Greg.
That's not like I gave anything away.
Yes, you did.
I'm just that's the kind of the kind of
You can't tell him anything.
That's the kind of bullet points that people need to know. There's good looking women in the film.
Well, yeah.
How do you know?
Y'all are in the film.
They're Tex. So you don't know how many women were there.
Huh?
Said you weren't there, Tex, so you don't know how many women were there.
That's true. That's true.
Ha ha. So you got to watch the show.
Narny, boo, boo, huh?
What's that?
Narny, boo, boo, man.
But I can tell you guys, when we were at the LBL, we had an experience that is just absolutely incredible.
Yes.
And I know I've probably told this story 1,000 times, and I'll tell it 1,000 more after this. You know, we were filming on the first night there. Carried Adam and Martin Groves. There's a host of other people that was there, maybe 10 of us. Mm-hmm. So immediately when we got there, Martin Groves and a few others went up to across the cemetery, and we were still there at my truck getting film gear ready. And we started hearing these growls, these kind of growls. And first they didn't pay much attention, then they heard it again. As soon as I tried to say, hey, did y'all hear that? It did it again, but it was real close. And my crewmate just flips out, just has an absolute terror attack. Because at that point you could actually feel the vibrations from each growl. And, I remember, hey, we're here to film. So I grab a camera and, Brent's freaking out. One hand I'm trying to operate the camera, other hand trying to keep Brent under control. And, I'll look up and I can see this thing standing in front of my truck. I see it. And, it's a Silverado, probably 6.5 foot to the top of the cab. I'm at the back of the truck and I can still see from the chest up, from the bottom of the chest up. It's just standing there looking at us. Mm-hmm. And, I've seen a lot of crazy things. And I was still stunned. I was stunned, sitting there looking at it like, wow, it's right there. And it's gigantic. It is. If I have to estimate the height, it's, in the 9-foot range, give or take.
Looking over the top of your truck.
Yeah, you got to look over the top of the truck and still see from the bottom of the chest up. Yeah. And, it was pitch black, so I couldn't see any of the facial features or anything, but you could see, the hair and that just, you could see it, just not any real detail of the facial features. Right. And then I remembered, hey, I got a camera. So, I'm pulling it up. As soon as I'm pulling up, I'm trying to get it in frame, and I look at the display screen. That's the one thing you really don't want to do at nighttime.
I'll jump on.
Look into something that's bright. So
here, and then I can make it work.
I didn't see anything from there on. However, it was still there, still growling at us. Adam Davis' military training sort of takes over, and he's like, we don't want to be pushed around by this thing, so we're going to push it back. So there's 4 of us in our group at the time, and it was not intimidated by us 4 at all, not at all. Every time we take a step forward, it growls, and it it seems like it growled louder and louder. You know, on the film we've identified not one, not two, but at least 3 times we caught this thing growling. Now that's not the only times it growled. It growled probably 15, 20 times.
Right.
So this other group, you know, Martin Groves and the rest of them eventually come. You know, they meet us, and it goes off into the woods some.
You can see.
And as soon as we get some like exit interviews, and you know, as soon as some of the buzz starts to wear off, and we're able to talk about it, you know, we get some of that on camera, and then the batteries of the camera just mysteriously die. All of our equipment at the time died. The batteries in. So we were like, well, okay, I guess the night's over. So we were starting to put them up, and you know, they're tending to Martin because he fell a little bit ill. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to go in front of the truck to see if I can find any footprints, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll go up in front of the truck, start looking for footprints. It's, you know, it's real gravelly, and there's no footprints there. So about the time, you know, Brent's starting to walk back up, and he's going to talk to me. But I do this growl. I'm like, is this thing still around? So I'll go, you know, just do an old growl, and I hear, you know, 3 stomps out in the woods. And I look over at Brent and say, hey, did you hear that? He said, yeah, stomped. So I said, oh, we'll do it again. So I growl again. And lo and behold, it stomps again, but it's very close to the edge of the road. You look sorry, you're not doing that shit. I'm like, what's ugly for you, Brent? You know, because it's getting very close, and I don't know what the hell I'm saying to it.
That is true. That is true.
So, you know, we sort of retreat to the back of the truck where everybody else was, but that was at the time, you know, now it's funny, but at the time, it was a little bit scary. Yeah.
Krista.
Yeah.
Moist.
It was moist. It wasn't moist.
Oh, you're going to make Rob's day.
Yeah.
Yes. These little jewels right here.
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
Clip-on wireless mics.
What is it?
Wireless.
All right.
Clip-on wireless mics.
Awesome.
Go home.
Hey, that works. That works.
Yeah, because, you know, I don't plan on standing in back of a podium. You know, I'm going to mingle with the crowd while I do my spiel.
Spiel.
Well, you're going to be in Alabama, so I would think the majority of the folks there are going to be Southerners. So quickly get a Southern
No.
I know it's it, Jabby.
No.
They're going to have to understand him.
No. When he tries to do a Southern accent,
just call it Southern.
No, that's what I'm saying. When he tries to do that, for some reason, he becomes black. I don't know why it happens that way, but it does.
A black Doc Holiday. That's what.
Yeah, he sounds like a black hawk duck. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it happens that way, but no.
Well, some of these people will have. I guarantee you, there's going to be more than one say, "What did he say?"
Well, at least he's not from Minnesota.
Oh,
don't you know?
Yeah, don't you know?
Don't you know?
Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy.
So can you give us a little hint of what you're going to talk about, Greg, at the conference?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Downy Booger since that's our first film, and just, hit some of the highlights for those who haven't seen it, and going to transition over to some of the experiences that we had in the making of The Land Between the Lakes. And, we had a lot of personal experiences in that. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about some of these personal experiences. And when we get into the film, when the film's released, the people will be able to see these personal experiences.
Yeah.
So,
real quick,
I'm not going to count the ones that were not on camera.
Yeah.
Did
you happen to get any footage of that night that we went out doing the ghost stuff at the first place we went?
What about it?
Did you get any footage from there?
I did get some footage from there. I will say that we've had some corruption in some of our video footages,
Oh,
which
wow.
is normal.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's normal. So whenever we get corruption on them, we try to save them. And that was one of the nights that we had some corruption.
Yeah.
I did film, but
Yeah.
we did have some corruption that night. And that's very, very typical, particularly if you're in, like more, I say paranormal because all of this is paranormal.
Yeah.
Like ghostly areas and stuff. We had lots of corruption and footage when
Because I know
Yeah.
at that particular location, like, it's pretty wonky. There's a lot of weird wonky stuff that goes on there. And I was just curious how much you did get on, get captured. So that's cool.
we did. And starting to go through it, we had some corruption. So
Yeah.
we're going to see how much of that night we can salvage.
Uh-huh.
It may turn out we can salvage all of it, but it's just the process that we have to go through to try and salvage it. Run through a few programs and
Yeah.
just to see what we can do with it.
There's another part.
All right.
Thank you, Josh.
Yep. Thanks, Josh.
Arr, lady, arr.
What are you going to talk about? Give a little hint.
I'm going to talk about my favorite movie of all time, 1976, Steven Spielberg classic, Jaws.
I'll just quiet.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Not even crickets, really.
No, I'm going to do probably my encounter. There'll be a lot of people in here. That seems to be a popular thing, and flag some questions. And
Thank you, Ginger. 5 more. Pirates.
Ginger. Ginger's in Michigan right now doing some research of her own. Ginger Paranormal subscriber.
And she's had a hell of a go of it, too. She sprained her ankle, busted a tendon.
Wow.
Really quick. I see Brandy, Blondes, and Booze is lurking. So, sister, you might as well just hop on in. She just got gifted. She needs to just hop on
Thanks,
in.
Ginger.
Yeah. So you're not going to give us any hints?
I just really did. I'm just going to. I can't give away my entire itinerary.
Okay.
Give me like. It will be the encounter story. There'll be a couple other things that I'm going to talk about on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
More audience participation. I'm going to do it a little differently than the average.
You see how slick that move was?
You know.
Was your husband there? You're going to get in trouble, Rob.
What?
What?
Yeah.
No.
He's got his hand on the chair. Good grief.
Tex picks up on everything. You see how it's whisper.
We know what's on your mind, Tex.
Tex.
Hey, y'all,
My show
So
is interactive.
what about you and Brandy? What are y'all going to be talking about?
We are actually going to talk about our Bigfoot encounter.
Awesome.
We've got video footage and pictures, like go over the whole thing. That's what we're talking about.
Sweet.
Yep. So fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what everybody else is talking about. I haven't heard.
Well, I've got to get everybody's list before tomorrow morning. I will be on. Y'all will be. You and Anita will be doing the morning news tomorrow.
We will
The
be. WBRC Channel 6 in Birmingham.
And I will be on Talk of Alabama in the morning.
So is that like just a morning show?
Yeah, it's a morning talk show.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's like Good Morning America, but for Alabama.
Right.
I hope they don't edit it out like last time.
Yeah.
Remember that, Tex?
Well, there is no edit. It's live.
Oh, very good.
Cool.
So,
Very
yeah.
cool. That's awesome.
I'm thinking we're going to get a lot of walk-through traffic. I got this gut feeling we're going to get a lot of people walking through the door.
Well, Lanita, Flat Rock, and Kristen have been putting out flyers.
Awesome. Very cool.
So, and then we're hitting, of course, the local media. So I think think we're going to see quite a few people come in.
Yeah.
But it's a good lineup too, and it's not very expensive.
No, it's not.
You know, and you can even get into the vendor area free.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, when I went out to the Texas Dogman Conference, I loved being in the vendor area because that's where you get to hobnob and talk and just generally be Dogman eye candy. But
oh yeah, I forgot about you being Dogman eye candy.
Oh, he got him a special T-shirt made.
That's right.
That you will see tomorrow night, right?
I might have to show some pictures of Greg from the Dogman Conference.
No, okay. Well,
we showed those the other night.
Yeah, you did.
Can I say Snapchat filters?
Oh, and I need them. So.
Do they still have Snapchat?
It didn't do me any damn bit of good. I still look just like I did. That filter went, oh shit, we can't do that.
We just did that one night.
Yeah, I was like, sorry.
I have to say, you guys, this is pretty strange doing my show from St. Louis, Missouri.
And I have control of the mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we've hit the hour mark. Are we going to keep going?
Hey, it's your show today, my man. I'm just chilling.
Well, ask the chef here. He's the one cooking.
Yeah, it's up to
You need to go change your food?
Eventually.
You guys
want to turn out with the damn. We do have visitors coming in.
We do have.
We do have visitors coming in. We have. I need to move because they're parking an RV in your drive.
Well, they can park up in front of you. That's fine.
See, I'll go park in the front yard.
So who do you have coming?
It's the film crew.
Yeah.
That's sponsoring the conference.
Sidekicks, Parallel. Yeah.
Cool.
On the way.
So
we have to. We got Mary Lynn and Mike and Josh and
I can't remember all of them. Phil.
Yeah. So and they're bringing an RV and So
are you guys getting to go to the woods at all today or anything?
Yeah.
We are. This evening we're going to host lunch here at the house. And after lunch, we're going to go off to an undisclosed location so that we parts unknown. Mysterious lands.
That's really cool.
Yes.
I'm a little jealous.
We're going to film one of their episodes. Yeah, we're going to film one of their episodes and then probably come back here, have a little bit of fun and liquid fun and crash.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. So that means that you guys won't be in chat on Blondes and Booze tonight, I'm assuming.
Oh, we could be. I don't know.
I'm kidding. Go have fun.
We'll probably be filming when you guys do.
Who's doing your show tonight?
Me and Brandy and Rob.
Yeah.
Who's doing it tomorrow night?
Paranormal Paul and Monica.
Monica.
Yeah, Monica and Danielle are doing the true crime show.
It was difficult to find somebody who wasn't going to be at the conference.
Well, I almost had a deal where Monica could go because Nick canceled on me, and I'm like,
I wish Monica could have came.
Well, and I'm like, well, what were we thinking? She could have rode with me and bunked with Brandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't think about this.
She can jump in with Jason.
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't think about that until it was I was in Arcadia, Louisiana. But you know what, Krista, you're right. You're right. She could ride with Jason and Ryan.
Yep. Then I got to really find someone to help Paul co-host my show tomorrow night.
Paul's very capable.
Yeah.
Yes, Paul's a good
He
guy.
can do it. He's got his own show.
Yep, he can do
Yeah.
it. Yep. We're just
Let's see.
like I said, I was limited on people because everybody that my go-tos are all going to be there.
Yep.
Well, he could have Danielle on. So, you know, I mean, you could go that route, or maybe Monica. So, but.
Yeah.
Well, I see a few new people in there. Who's this? I can't. Squeal Creek.
Squeal Creek.
Hi, Squeal. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Rich.
Oh, that's Rich.
Yeah.
Hi, Rich.
Hey,
Squeal
Rich.
Creek. What was is that an actual creek?
I don't know.
Squeal. Oh, well, you knew his name, so I just kind of figured you knew his name.
No, he talked about my documentary and some things. Glad he liked it.
Squeal Creek says it's just Nick S. And thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
Oh, Squeal Creek is Nick.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Sorry you can't make it, Nick. I heard the unfortunate news.
Yeah, you need to get better. Get better
well.
soon. Get better well soon. Get mo better.
Get Mo
Get
better.
mo better.
See, that's a card that you give some of your workmates that are not pulling their weight. You give them a "Get Better Soon" card, and then they say, "Well, I'm not sick." And I say, "No, you get better soon." Yeah.
Hello, Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Well, since y'all are here, why don't we go attend the food and get ready for the guest and let Rob have his show back?
Okay, that would be perfect. He gets to operate his own show,
Right? What? No, Krista's in charge. He's
Well, that's
he's doing
true.
what
He
he's
gets
told.
to be guest on.
Yeah,
his
he's
own
doing
show.
what he's told.
So I guess I'll text y'all tomorrow when I'm on my way. 4 a.m. Will you guys be up?
You can text me all you want, but I will not answer the phone.
That's right.
And if you called me at 4 a.m., I cannot promise you would get a good greeting at 4 a.m.
Well, Greg just said you're going to have adult beverages, so which means you might still be up at 4 a.m.
I doubt it. I drank half of he picked me a Long Island iced tea last night. I drank half of it and I was loopy as shit.
Ah, well, it don't take much for you, Tex.
Yeah, text don't take that much for you no more.
Well, yeah, no more. I mean, it's like the other night I had 2 or 3 shots and mixed with Coke. Or what was it? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's missing.
I was loopy.
There you go. You know, I have new plans for this conference. So last year we went drinking on Friday night and I was hungover on Saturday.
Yeah.
So tomorrow night I might have 1 drink, but I'm not going to get loopy. Saturday night will be the night I drink.
That's how I'm doing it. It's like
It was rough last year. That last Saturday, oh my goodness, that was rough.
yeah, it was for quite a few people.
Yeah. So that's not
Oh,
happening.
great. So much fun.
You don't drink anymore.
You remember, Greg? You were sitting there with us. You were sitting right there with us. So
Well,
is Janice coming and stuff?
yes,
Cool.
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to find out today if Kristen's coming or not.
Cool. Very cool.
Oh yeah, from Georgia. The Georgia
Yes.
Heat.
Good
The
deal.
doctor.
So I went and tanned
He's
today,
orange.
and the guy that owns a
Orange.
tanning salon told me today, anybody who's driving through Nashville tomorrow, so the guy had to cancel his trip, his vacation, so owns a tanning place, because something about the CMAs are going on in Nashville, and there's like a whole lot of people there. So he was like giving me a heads up, like might want to take a detour or something around Nashville. So if anybody's coming from Nashville, they say it's going to be awful. So
Bless her hearts.
Fun stuff. Let 'em know.
And if anybody does see Kristen at the conference, ask her if she wants an orange.
I will do that. I may bring her.
Yeah. She loves oranges.
Who? You?
Kristen.
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 Yep.
Kristen. Is this thing working? Kristen.
Yep.
Kristen.
Also heard
Go on.
also I believe Bettina Moss is coming too.
I didn't hit the microphone. Don't worry about it.
Ooh, Bettina.
She is coming?
Ooh, hey.
Last time I talked to her, she was going to.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. It's going to be a good time. Gonna be a
fun
good time. Gonna be a good time. I
So
love
if
me
you're
some
coming to the
Bettina.
conference, there'll be some bonus people that you guys can meet and mingle with.
Yeah,
That's
I
a good
do
way
love
to
me some Bettina. Mom. She's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, she's fun. She's very sweet.
Who are we talking about?
Bettina.
Bettina.
Oh, she's a blast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She is awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, again,
Mm-hmm.
we'll bid you adieu
Yeah.
and see you later.
Pull up who. Oh,
And a rubber dirt.
Yeah.
All right, we'll let you guys go. We're going to thank everyone, and we're going to call it too.
All right. We'll see y'all later.
see you
See ya.
tomorrow, guys.
See ya.
You find the button to get the hell out of here. I'll try not to injure stream.
No, we'll kick you out over here.
You want me to kick you out?
I got it.
All right. Okay. So here.
Yes. Well, thanks for everybody for coming on in.
Yes.
I was up, flew into St. Louis. Krista picked me up, and now we're chilling at her house. And
Yep.
we're going to get ready to call it. I don't know what we're going to do here, but before we go, I want to thank Shelly for the cool super chat. I can't read it, but
That's a Ginger Paranormal. She's
Ginger-
been a member for 1 month.
Ginger Paranormal, Josh Castro,
Josh Castro
Josh
again.
Castro again.
Josh again.
Oh, wow.
Ginger.
Thanks, Ginger.
Gifted memberships. And Josh again.
So yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for the support. And we're looking forward to this, right, Krista?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been promoting this since what?
Last year.
Almost Thanksgiving, I
Before
guess.
Thanksgiving, maybe Halloween.
And I finally don't have to put up the banner no more or the flyer. That's done and over with.
Yep.
Hope to see all you guys down there that are in the area. This will be a lot of fun, I think. I think we are going to go. I get this feeling we're going to get a nice turnout.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of walkthrough traffic.
Yep.
Especially if they're doing this, advertising or whatever they said.
Yeah. So it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah.
Good time. And, Anniston, it's a nice place. It's a nice town to visit if you've never been there. And, it's all fun.
It is very nice. Nice place.
Mm-hmm. So, and like I said, we don't just do the conference and go back to our hotel rooms. We go out and do some things. And, Tex had said he was going to try to find a karaoke bar. So everybody'd be more welcome to come with us. So
Oh, yeah.
that's how we roll.
Yeah, we will be around mingling with the people that are still there,
Yes.
which hopefully be a handful.
Yeah. I don't know which one of these will be when it's time, by
Oh.
the way.
Oh, yeah, I don't need. Oh, you mean the thing?
Yeah.
You go down
Down more. Okay.
or to the video part, I think it is. No,
No. it's one of these.
you mean to me to end the show, you mean?
No, when we do end it. When we do end it, I don't know which one to hit.
Oh, well. Wow, you don't.
That's yours. It's your
Oh,
regular.
okay, hang on.
We don't have to end it now. It's just
No, we
whatever.
hit this. We're set this one.
Okay.
No.
Extra.
Yeah.
Duh. It says extra.
Well, I miss it all the time, Jim.
Yeah. Yep.
So are you and Brandy going to do a slide presentation, or are you going to
We
be
do.
just talking about
It's a little bit of both. We have some slides to show. We have there's some impressions that were got right after our encounter.
okay.
And we actually did a show on it last year. So part of that we're gonna show.
Very good.
Kind of talk about and kind of walk everybody through what exactly happened. It was pretty interesting, pretty crazy.
I made up one slide for my presentation.
One slide,
Yep, that was it.
just one slide.
Yep.
I got
That's
a bunch.
Just one slide. One slide. And
One slide.
the one slide says it all.
Yeah. Last year we talked about Brandy and I at the Alabama Bigfoot Conference. We talked about the LBO. So, and then Martin Groves and Daryl and them will all be there. So I don't know what they're talking about. They may be talking about the LBL. I don't know.
They'll probably mix it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's cool about most of the speakers, I think most of the people, from what I know, talk about a variety of different things. So it's not going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it just to get down there.
Me too. And then Jason, he's a wealth of information, so I'm pretty excited to hear what he's going to be talking about.
Yes, me too. Yeah.
So yeah, he's a smart guy.
Absolutely.
Very much so.
He really is.
So yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. And
yeah.
With that being said, I don't know. We've got you are coming on with. Well, I guess I'll be here with you and Brandy.
Yep. Tonight,
and
8 p.m. Central.
Okay.
Yep.
Paul on Friday. So.
Yep. So tomorrow night, y'all who aren't going to be at the conference, we'll have Blondes and Booze. It'll be Paranormal Paul and Monica Rollins.
You know what's pretty cool is I'm sitting here, I'm looking out this window, but I see 6 horses. This is pretty sweet. Sitting there and doing a show.
Yeah.
And staring at those horses. I'm like, can I go ride one? Do you think?
Probably not.
Can I go jump on one?
You wouldn't want to.
They buck me to get me off.
Probably so. Those horses, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a little brown one there.
Well, there's babies. There's about 4 babies.
Yeah, I can probably tackle. You don't think I can tackle a baby?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that.
No, okay. Well,
I see why I sit here and do the shows because I watch the horses.
She's got a nice view from here.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm about talked out because I'm I'm ready to.
Yeah.
Move forward.
Right.
Don't know what we're doing today. We got about 10 hours to kill.
We do. Yeah, that's it, pretty much. So, anyway.
Yeah. Thanks for everybody for coming in. Thanks for the super chats, the BMR Pirates. Can't wait to meet you guys down there, and we'll be back in business normally starting next week, really.
Yep.
Oh, and I was going to say something else. I dropped the video on my Saturday encounter story I do on Saturdays. I put out yesterday. It's about alien abduction and the hybrid children, which is a little different from typical cryptids, but it's. I think it's kind of. It makes you think, right? It's pretty scary, I think. Yeah.
Looks like there's several Bigfoot conferences this weekend, and I know Florida has one, and then Diane says there's one in Forks, Washington. So have fun attending all the conferences if you're going to one this weekend. So
absolutely.
I know the Florida one, our buddy Adam Davies is speaking there, so that'll be good. Whoever's going to the Florida one, Adam's a blast.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Yep. So anyway.
All right.
That's all I got. Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
All right.
That's all I got. Until next time.
Yep. Tune in tonight. Blondes and Booze at 8 p.m. Central.
You gotta go up.
No, that's your picture. Oh no, that is.
That's just.
Oh, here we are.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. See y'all. Good night or good day.
Where are we at?